Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. Podcast. It's the semi-perfectest podcast in the world.
Oh,
hello, everybody.
On our bi-weekly thing, would this be the Christmas podcast, or will there be one around then?
Let's see here. What would the next?
Well,
that would be on the
We would-
29th, but
That'd be the New Year's.
we might
podcast.
have things going on, so we might have to kind of fudge around our
So this
podcast
is the
for the
Christmas
next time.
podcast. Merry Christmas, everyone.
so actually, yeah, there's a good chance this will be the last podcast of the year.
Yeah,
Yale!
Yale!
unless maybe
Yale.
we do a podcast on the 28th rather than the 29th.
Is that Tuesday?
Yeah,
That could happen.
Tuesday.
it could
That
happen.
could happen.
We'll let you know. We'll keep you updated. It might be the last podcast of the year. It might not be the last podcast of the year.
Yeah, we might actually just move things around a little bit.
Yeah.
As opposed to cancel. Yeah,
What?
crumbs everywhere.
Well, that's what happens when you eat chips.
You know why? Because it's food post time.
Okay.
Send in your food posts.
Yeah, send in your food posts. Let me pull up our social media page here.
Oh!
You can at us at SemiPerfectPod, and the hashtag is SPP Foods to submit your food posts.
I promise my bad crinkling is about to end
Yeah, thank you.
soon.
Hear it.
All right. While this gets pulled up,
Yeah.
I want you all to do a math problem. All right.
Yes.
What is 57 times 987 divided by 13? I'll let you know if you get it right.
57. Wait, hang on. 57 times
You have to write that down actually for me.
7 divided by what?
Hey, honey, what was the numbers
13.
again?
No, you have to write it down.
57
times 987
times 987
divided by 13.
divided by 13.
I mean,
Yeah, but which of those things is happening first?
somewhere around 4,300, but do you want more specific than that?
I don't know. Jeffrey's.
Well, let me
downstairs.
look at my good old calculator in my phone here. So, fuck math classes.
Posed
They
this
didn't
math
think of this.
problem and then left for me to.
Well, you know what it is.
No, I don't know what it is.
All right. Do we have answers?
Is it boobs?
No.
Yeah. It should
Yeah.
be boobs. Actually, the right answer is always boobs. So good job, whoever said boobs.
Way to go,
Wow.
Sarah.
80,085. Nice.
Yeah. So, do you know
Yes.
the answer to your own math question that you just asked?
No.
Okay.
No, I was stalling because I was throwing my chips away.
Sweet. All right.
All right. So let's check out actual content. Food posts.
Storm says 43 or something. there's some.
I mean, if
there's
you
some
go
comments
for
missing.
European standards, that's 4.300000. A lot of significant figures there.
Yeah.
But wrong.
The thing you learn about significant figures is they're actually not very significant.
They don't really matter.
No, they do not.
All
Not
right.
until you get those really high tolerances where they very much do.
And as Matt will tell you, if you divide by 0,
You can't.
but if
Okay.
you did.
All right.
Yeah, it's like the
Let's
square
not
root
get
of
into
1,000.
Let's get into food
no,
posts.
no.
Food posts. Dragon says,
Happen.
I said I'd try it out before the podcast and held out until this morning. Pumpkin spice ramen. Okay.
One
That's
of two. So there's a follow up here
What's
saying
the
added the whipped cream just like it says, and honestly I don't know if it was bad or just not to my liking. I definitely didn't like it. Tossed it after 2 bites, but maybe pumpkin spice fans will like it. I don't know. What
I mean,
in the
fact-
actual
the
fuck?
fact the fact that you have pasta and whipped cream alone just says no.
Why would they recommend that you put fucking whipped cream on it?
It's
ramen.
That is some like Ninja
For an
Turtle
even
type
more
shit.
satisfying
Oh.
pumpkin spice experience, try topping with whipped cream after microwaving.
Is it
Good
savory?
Lord.
No.
Is it a savory? So it's a sweet. Oh, that's gross. Ugh.
It's a pumpkin spice experience.
Ugh.
I'll be honest with you, Dragon. I feel like you did everything right. Okay.
Yeah,
You have not failed.
You did
They
not
have
do
failed.
anything wrong.
That is a healthy amount of whipped cream, and the whipped cream looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This cup noodle failed you.
Yes. So don't.
We don't have to.
Yeah. By the way, I just realized I haven't even introduced people.
Oh yeah.
Can you pull up that beautiful Discord
sure,
chat?
Let me,
Thank you very much.
Oh, you could have just left up this.
well,
You just don't want to advertise. Okay, so to introduce everybody, we have Jaxblade.
Hi, how you doing?
We have PaleoSteno.
Hello.
We got PanamaMatt.
Hey.
We got Saberspark.
Hello.
We got Laura.
Hey.
Okay, cool. I'm like, I thought I heard Laura earlier. I could have sworn. I didn't
It's
hear.
just me saying, stop being a butt man.
What?
We got Sarah.
Yeah.
And we got
Confused.
me. Yeah. Don't worry, Laura. I live my life that way.
Okay.
Oh, Jax, what was your impression of me that you were?
Oh, no, Pele, what was I doing? I can't remember. What were we talking about?
The way it sounded like a combination of your Pan impression and your Laura impression.
No, I was like, give me a, I need to think of something Sarah would say, like, yeah. So like, and then it was, I'm trying to think of a sentence, like, come on, man. I have to, like, come back to me later.
Okay.
I'll come, I'm formulating.
All right. We'll go back to food posts here.
Raise your hand when you're ready. Nora says, hey, Semi-Perfect Podcast. Wish I could be there tonight, but I'm at my work's holiday party where I'm enjoying this organic barbecue chicken with pasta. Wish me luck in the dance contest. Love you. Miss you. Hugs and kisses for you all.
Oh, let's look at
Oh,
this
nice.
pasta. Nice.
Okay.
The plate runneth over.
You know that this is fancy. So wait, that's barbecue chicken? It almost, to me, looks like chicken parmesan.
Yeah, kind of got an Italian vibe going there.
Because you got the pasta.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And like
but
the,
it's
the tomato sauce.
but it's barbecue.
But I don't know. Barbecue chicken.
Maybe
with
they
pasta.
barbecue things different in Florida.
It is Florida.
It is.
Well, we
Oh,
hope you
they're
enjoy
Nordic.
your holiday party.
Yeah, go Nora, and I hope you win the dance contest.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
You'll have to let us know how that turns out.
Mm-hmm. Nathaniel says I was in a sandwich making mood tonight. Oh, those can be dangerous. Decided to make a wonderful combination involving turkey, salami, pepperoni, country fried steak. What? And cranberry sauce with slices of provolone, Swiss, and pepper jack cheese. Definitely made for a great sandwich. I'm sorry,
That's a lot of stuff on a
but
sandwich.
country fried steak.
And then it's
What,
all
is that like chicken
toasted.
fried steak?
What
Yeah.
is
Yes.
country fried steak?
Country fried, chicken fried.
So chicken fried steak and country fried steak are the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What
I
is
like
chicken fried steak?
It's steak fried and chicken fat. It's good for you, Laura.
Oh yeah, I should get some of that. Get the protein, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And
good
it's
for the heart.
it's the high quality meat, right? Like it's one of the better cuts.
Totally.
That's why it's $12.99 at your local Denny's.
Exactly.
Well, looks good.
No, I applaud this.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a country fried steak in a sandwich, which is
Oh, they put it in a
Surprising.
sandwich?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me look at this.
It's
Oh,
like in
that
the
is
middle of
that
it.
looks good.
Yeah.
No,
Mm.
there was love that went into this.
Yeah.
Like usually if I get into a sandwich making mood, I don't usually have the components for the
Yeah.
sandwich. I just have what I wish were the components for the sandwich.
Yeah.
But
Do you ever
if it-
get in like a sandwich making mood that's like you're really hungry and you like are excited and you're like putting so much time and effort into it, but you like crush it in like 2 minutes. So it's like, why did I waste like an hour making this sandwich when it was just like 2 minutes?
I haven't.
That happens to me all the time.
You're like that with every food, though.
Yeah.
I know, it's sad. Like I don't even know why I cook. Like it's just like it's sad.
We wait an hour for our cheese curds and they're gone before the guy puts it on the table.
You don't have to enjoy it, just swallow it. It's just
All right, we got Jory, variety of chicken with buffalo sauce, and we'll be seeing the new Spider-Man movie tomorrow night, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas next week.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Put on your spoiler blockers because there's a bunch of shit going around. I have my spoiler blocker on. I have stuff hidden. I have everything like
Now, is this funny to anyone else? Because I always feel like the one person I am certain to probably get Spider-Man spoilers from is Jaxblade.
Yeah, I know, right? But the thing is, I look out for it. The only thing for Spider-Man stuff, like, I wouldn't do anything that would, like, be, like, fucked up. Like, you know, like, oh my god, can you believe freaking Goku shows up out of fucking nowhere? Something like that would be like, shut up, something like that. But, like, you know, other stuff, it's just like, yeah.
By the way, that's a lot of chicken.
Yeah.
So good.
Good protein.
And is buffalo sauce good for you, Jax?
Buffalo sauce?
Yeah.
By itself is just like red, like it's just like chili pepper stuff.
Right,
and,
it's like
vinegar.
vegetables.
Yeah, depending on which one it depends on like which ones you make, because there's like some that are like super heavy in sodium, but then there are others that are like, because I know my bodybuilder friend has this recipe for buffalo sauce, which is like freaking banging, and it's just like seasonings, vinegar, peppers, and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, it's good. So I don't know comparatively what buffalo sauce they're using.
Well, good job, Jory. That is a healthy serving of chicken.
Yeah.
Princess Deadpool says, hey, Semi-Perfect Podcast. By the time you see this, I'll be getting off work and driving home, so I really have no idea what I'll be eating tonight. But since this is a food post, here's something I ate not too long ago. The original 1762 from Earl of Sandwich in downtown Disney.
Earl of Sandwich?
I knew of that
Earl
place.
of
That sounds good.
I mean, clearly it is. But...
We will also accept, a food post later in the podcast.
This
if
is
you make a special request.
This is correct. Yes, that is allowed. We accept food posts actually technically any part of the week, but typically people send them in just before. Yeah. Matt, have you eaten at Earl of Sandwich?
I have not had a sandwich there, but I have been there when people have eaten there.
Okay. So you've sat and watched people eat the Earls of
I
Sandwich.
feel like I was the person that he sat and watched.
You are also correct.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I've eaten there. They're good sandwiches.
Yeah.
I remember when that place first opened, and we were like, "Whoa!" Actually, other people were like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Oh, a sandwich place."
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. A sandwich place that I never heard of before downtown Disney.
correct. Yeah.
It looks good.
No
excuse
offense,
me.
Earl, but Quiznos had you down before then.
Ooh.
Let's see. We've got Anime Guy. Don't got any food tonight, but I do have some new plushies and a lot more Pokemon cards. So let's look at these plushies.
You gotta eat it.
I think that's from this person's from Attack on
Eat
Titan.
the card?
Mm-hmm.
That's from Sword Art Online.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the correction. The outfit kind of made me think of Attack on Titan, but I wasn't sure.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Is that
Anime.
Is that a Digimon?
No, it's a Pokemon.
What's the difference?
How dare!
That's
How
like the
dare
second
you!
generation Pokemon. You should know that.
And
Oh, wait a minute. Race didn't get into Pokemon, right?
No, he's never played a single
Oh,
Pokemon
okay.
yet.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my-
So never mind.
My Pokemon collection of cards put Sarah's to shame.
Yeah, because I gave my
have one.
Pokemon cards to my cousin, and Jeffrey still has his.
I don't
cards
understand.
today.
Like, okay, understand. I was the kind of kid who, if someone was like, "Hey, I'm gonna give this away.
Yeah.
Do you want it?"
Mhm.
I was like, "Yes."
Heh.
But I
Mhm.
never. I was like,
You're a
I'm not-
hoarder.
I'm not giving. Well, but they're Pokemon cards. Like, people, I don't know. They were cool to collect, and I put them in a box, and I never saw them again
Yeah.
until we moved.
Yeah.
But like you gave up your card, Sarah, and for all you know, you gave up thousands of dollars per card.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
Depends on
Yeah,
if
for
it
that
was a rare card.
$1 energy
that
card,
holographic Charizard.
$5.
that
Dude, I have
you-
like 6 of those. Are those
Hologra-
like expensive?
Yeah. Some
Really?
of them are.
just you know what, Jax?
I think it depends on when.
Send
they
them
were
over here, and I'll let you know how I do it.
made. Yeah, I'll
Okay,
appraise it for
Good.
you.
We got a super chat, by the way, from Anime Guy saying, "Card pick in reply."
Wait, hold on. Where's the reply?
Hit refresh.
Okay.
Card
oops.
pick and reply.
Refresh.
There you go. Oh, it was
Oh,
there.
Sorry.
It was there.
Well, that's a lot of cards.
Nice. Cracker Jacks.
Cracker Jack.
Cracker
Nice.
Jacks.
Alrighty, Okay, let's see what other food posts we've got. Hold on, I got a little.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
there's a lot of food posts
You
today.
kind of spoiled some, but I'm
Sorry.
like, whoa. Now.
Okay, we got Britt. Hey, send my perfect pod. I don't have any SPP foods from today because Team Andy and I are on our way to TrackCon. Instead, here's the views as we drive through Wisconsin in the fog. Thankfully, we got out of Minnesota before the storm started. Also, happy birthday, Paleo.
Happy birthday, Paleo!
Happy
Nice.
birthday, Paleo.
I saw people start talking about TrackCon on Twitter today, and I'm like,
Is that today?
yeah, I'm like, when's TrackCon?
yeah.
The year's almost over.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
it was this weekend.
We drove in fog recently.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you drove in Thule fog. That is
Yeah.
nonsense.
It was awful. It was bad. Yeah, it was.
Were you awake for all of it?
I was awake for most of it.
It was like 3 hours of just fog
Yeah.
from Fresno to the Grapevine. It was
Yeah.
it was horrendous.
Yeah.
And the so I had my strategy was to always have somebody ahead of me
Yeah.
with brake lights, and I would always stay in their lane
Yeah.
Yep.
because I'm like,
you
as long
have
as they're still
share-
moving forward.
The distance of the fog that you can barely see them, so that you give yourself the biggest.
Yeah.
The problem is that some people were driving through a lot more confidently, and I lost them, and suddenly I was the leader, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
There were some people that were still like going 75.
I mean,
For those of you that live in areas without significant amounts of fog, like what Brit's driving through here is fairly heavy. Thule fog, you see those stripes on the road there? You maybe see that second one, maybe.
Yeah.
those headlights you see in the distance, you
Yeah.
don't see
Are gone.
those.
Yeah, you don't
No.
see those.
Thule fog is a particularly when you hear about a 30-car pileup in California, Thule fog is what caused it.
Yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
and that's what I was gonna say. Like, fog is like, it's kind of like a quiet like danger, where like, you know, you think of people talk about like, oh man, like rain or snow or ice on the roads, that'll get you.
Yeah.
But fog, you can't see what's ahead of you.
Yeah.
Right.
I used to work in the Central Valley near where they went through, and I know exactly what they drove through, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, it was awful. The weird part about fog too is that if
Yeah.
you look up, you can actually still see. Like, I could see the moon fine. I think I saw some stars.
Yeah.
Because it's
It's just like all the
it's
roads.
layered. Yeah.
Yeah, pick
Mhm.
up, pick forward.
It's crazy.
All right. Oh my goodness, my gracious! The birthday boy has posted a food post. He's got his food post to eat with Sven. Hopefully.
Radio says, I actually have food post for the podcast. My aunt cooked me an Angus burger and blue cheese crumbles, sweet potato fries, and a
Okay.
salad.
I need to hear about this burger, Paleo.
Yeah.
Go.
Yes, it's an Angus burger.
Delicious. Blue cheese crumbles.
Just the way Paleo described it
Yeah.
makes it 10 times better.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Blue cheese crumbles. Oh, that's
Beautiful.
Good. That's good. Good job. Good job to your aunt. And good job making it another year. Mr. Someone.
I'll try to make it next year.
I hope you do. Mr. Someone says, started cooking for myself recently. This is what I made a few days ago. Forgot to take a picture of today's meal, though. Steak, mixed veggies, and minute rice.
Minute.
No, it's small. Simple but delicious.
Nice.
What's minute rice?
It's like a
Microwavable.
Yeah,
Like Uncle
microwavable
Ben's.
rice.
Oh.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd know that
Spider-Man.
with my like food expertise.
Uh-huh.
Like that would be like my jam.
Yeah. It looks good.
It does look good. I like the plate. It's very
Artisanal.
Yes, thank you for finding the word. I miss artisanal cheeses on
Yeah.
cruise ships.
Got Allison. Got a bowl of microwave popcorn.
There you go. I had a lot of popcorn yesterday.
Yeah,
Cool.
we went to the movies.
Yeah, we saw West Side Story.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 2.5 hours.
Sarah knew going in that she's
Yeah.
like, if
no,
you've
I'm-
seen
I'm
the
not-
original, like
yeah.
I think this one, I haven't seen it in a while, but I think it's very like, it's faithful to it. And you know, the whole kind of Romeo and Juliet, oh, we met 5 minutes ago and now everything's on the line for our love. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, yeah, okay. I guess we'll
For Canyon has a food post saying I'm back. I just realized I was asking Sarah to do something, and I'm like, oh yeah, you can't do it because we're sharing the
on
screen.
food post.
I was being all sly too. For Canyon says I'm back with the Dorito cheesy gordita taco, except this time I'm shipping it to Paleo for his birthday.
Oh, get ready for a moldy taco in your
thank you.
mail.
I love Gordita crunches.
It's gonna
Put
have
some
a
rice
science experiment on it when it comes.
Ew.
Yeah.
I mean, cool, but Paleo, do you accept that? Like, do you want me to ship you like a taquito or something?
Yeah.
Like a frozen one though.
Yeah, of course.
You have to microwave it yourself.
That way it'll be fresh when it gets to him.
Oh my God.
Sarah, we know this person.
Yeah, Jaxblade. Party
Hi.
rings.
Party rings.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are
Jax,
these?
I
I've
want
never heard
I
of
want as much detail as Paleo gave us about his Angus burger. Tell me about party rings.
There are these cookies that are from Britain because my sister has a store where she sells British desserts because she really missed them growing up. So she made a store from, and so we have a bunch of party rings and various British chocolates in the house. And so these are things I used to eat a lot when I was a kid. They're just like these little ice cookies or biscuits, as the Brits would say. And so yeah, they're like good. They're addictive. And so I had like 1,000 extra calories left because I went running earlier today. So yeah,
That's fun. Dude, Jax gave me some at the last BronyCon.
yeah. I gave Hero some, and I gave Paleo some, and then they were good.
Yeah, I noticed my name wasn't on that list.
Yes, you weren't in the room, Grace. I would have given you a whole packet. I would have given you a whole thing.
Do Brits get confused when they hear about like Southerners with their biscuits and gravy? Are they like gravy?
No, I've had this conversation at nearly every Thanksgiving with my freaking British family and stuff like that, and it's just like the only thing is like, this is a cookie, this is a biscuit, and then they just get into this whole like back and forth and stuff like that. But no, they know what it is. It's just like, I just think it's ridiculous. Like, why are they calling it this? This fucking biscuit right here. It's crunchy, and then it's just like, and then there's like a difference between soft cookies.
Then what is a biscuit?
I know, like, there's this whole difference between like soft cookies and crunchy cookies, like stuff like that. Like, that was a whole discussion between my mom and my sister. That was funny to watch. I'll record it.
Is it a crumpet or a scrumpet?
A crumpet. Crumpet, mate.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Oh no! I just realized I'm looking at Sarah's itinerary, and there's two things on here, neither of which I've seen.
Oh, damn it! I forgot to show you.
Yeah, they're both trailers that have come out.
But you.
Oh, I'm surprised you haven't seen one of these.
Yeah.
I may have. Well,
You dropped the ball to say.
Because like there was a certain movie that was trending.
no, I
yesterday.
know what one you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be curious to.
Oh yeah.
Well, why don't you go watch them, and I'll start asking people about their weeks.
Okay, but I'm gonna miss that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go watch the trailer, mate. Whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch both trailers. Are you
Okay.
sad you won't be there with me?
No, that's fine.
I should live watch them right now.
I mean, I guess we could.
But would that be spoilers for people? Like, are people
We don't
avoiding
watch
Sonic 2
trailers.
spoilers?
Thank
We
you.
can.
Right. I know.
I don't watch trailers unless
Well, what
it's
do you
something
want?
that.
Well, okay, so here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the trailer everyone's referring to is the Bad Guys trailer.
Yeah.
Which is like the new anthropomorphic movie coming out of DreamWorks.
Mhm.
Which a lot of people are way overconfident in right now, by the way. But that's for another day.
That would be good. It looks really good. Yeah, it's like imagine Nick Wilde but cool.
See,
Savage.
here we go.
It's Zootopia crossed with Wreck-It Ralph.
And you thought You thought Illumination and Sing were bad.
Oh god. Oh god.
Chad.
It
Wolf.
looks really good. I actually think.
I have way more confidence in DreamWorks than like any other non-Disney like studio. So
Yeah.
Anyways, the reason I didn't watch it was some people were saying that they felt like this trailer gave away a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, DreamWorks, so they do.
Yeah, I was just seeing people say it was a
I
very
haven't watched the
spoilery.
trailer.
No.
I've not watched it.
I don't
Just
watch
the
trailers.
Screenshot. That was it.
Yeah, I've seen the screenshots. I guess I could go. So okay, you know what? How about we get to the weekly catch up? We're already talking about the damn movie at this point. So the
But
bad
what about
guys.
the Sonic trailer.
We'll come back to that. Well, after the weekly posts.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
Do you want me to? Anyways, so the bad guys trailer dropped, and again, sparing any potential spoilery details from the trailer. Like again, that's part of why I haven't watched it yet. I figured I was gonna run into it maybe at the movies last night, but of course it didn't play during my West Side Story. I don't know why. It's quite the same. So yeah, it seems like people have a lot of opinions, and I know Paleo has a rant that he typed it out and made like 6 Twitter threads to this. So I know he's got opinions about furry movies, as some would say. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Is this a banger?
I enjoy the art style. It has promise. It looks like it's gonna be a cute movie.
Cute.
I saw a lot of people comparing it to as far as like the way the wolf character looks and the way he moves, comparing it a lot to Lupin the Third.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With his character design. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, Paleo, you were upset the other day because yesterday because at the day before your birthday, I mean, of the nerve of these people, you were making the argument that I'll let you take the floor with this in regards to when people refer to a movie as it's made for furries.
Yeah. Yeah, let me scroll down here because I have the post.
He's got notes.
It's as if animal films hasn't existed for like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So,
So
I can't believe it. I went to this zoo and I'm like, what furry made this?
Yeah.
Right. I went to Egypt once and was kind of walking around the pyramids and whatnot.
These are just theme parks for furries.
Dude, they got furries all over the walls. Furry art everywhere.
Sorry, what's the theme park for furries?
Zoos.
the zoo.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So after this trailer came out, like Zootopia was trending because like people were like just pointing that out. But also like a lot of people were saying like, oh, this is a movie for furries, or this is made for furries, or whatever. And like it seems like it happens like every time there is a movie with any kind of like hint of an anthro character in it. Like not even if it's like humanoid anthro, just like, oh, it's an animal that can talk.
Yeah.
Like, or if like the majority of the cast is like animals that can talk. And I kept seeing it like all the time, so I just said on Twitter, can we stop saying, wow, they made this movie for furries with every animated movie that has anthropomorphic characters? I realize people get excited to see more anthro characters, but it's a very rarely a conscious decision to try and appeal to the furry fandom. It's not that big. Anthropomorphic characters sometimes just like exist. I know Zootopia definitely had a big impact on furries, but unlike Zootopia, Sing, which came out the same year, is just there. Also with anthro characters, but didn't have nearly the impact despite being hugely popular with the general public, because it made a lot of money. But nobody talks about Sing.
Yeah, nobody talks about Sing.
Yeah. I said, it just seems like on Twitter especially, once there's something shown not human with a voice, people are immediately on here saying, wow, they made this for furries, and not joking about it. When that's probably not the case.
Yeah. You know what I think?
What?
I think these people that are saying, oh, wow, look, another movie for furries, are actually showing themselves. They're showing their asses because They don't say shit about Sing, and I think that's because they don't find the character designs attractive enough. So when they see a trailer with attractive animal characters, there's like, oh, this is for furries.
This was clearly made for furries. This trailer
They're
gave me a
showing their
boner.
asses. They know they're feeling things, and they're like, furries, not me.
I always love when you find like certain types of art online, and then you have people in the comments being like, "Well, I'm not a furry, but
Kovu from Lion King 2 is pretty
it's funny because like with the spider character that's in this movie coming out.
Leave me alone, Paleo. Fuck, I said it one time. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I'm listening."
Yeah, because like the spider character, it's funny because me, Jax, and Hero actually just watched a movie that came out last week called Back to the Outback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it last night with Laura.
I didn't
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
it.
I watched it last night, and Laura's nearby.
but yeah,
Caught,
no,
like the last hour maybe of it, and I played Pokemon the whole time.
but yeah, there's like a spider character in there, and there's also like another spider character that shows up in the movie. But and the way these spider characters are designed, I'm like, I'm gonna blame Viva for this because like they all have that kind of like centaur looking design to them, where it's like, oh, they have like sort of a torso at the front, but then the rest of it is a spider. So I'm gonna blame Viva for that happening to
Thanks,
spider
Viva.
characters.
Thanks, Viva.
Viva.
What was the thing that Jax said?
Nothing.
What did Jax say?
He
Nothing.
likes spiders.
Yeah.
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 Snakes.
Yeah. What
He
about
likes snakes too.
That snake though in that
rabbits.
movie was really cute.
Yeah.
rabbits are like the only thing like that you like that aren't gonna put you in the hospital.
Speak for yourself.
No, I am speaking for you. You're like, what? Also, the Venom chick is hot. Like,
Yeah, she is.
like,
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
wait,
Like,
wait,
dangerous
Tom
taste.
gave
Wait,
me like a-
there's a term for that like centaur looking spiders because I see Dragon in the chat saying not a centaur, a drider.
a
that's,
drider. What the fuck?
Apparently that's a D&D
No,
has been calling him for that for a while.
Is that what
Drider.
Arachnera is from freaking Monster Musume? Like she's
Drider.
the spider girl from Monster Musume. Like how Mia's the
Oh,
snake
what do you
girl.
know? Yeah, a drider.
you know, a decent
Huh?
number.
Learn something every day.
A decent number of
What
spiders.
rider? Good one,
A
Jordan.
decent number of female spiders
Yeah.
like eat their dudes. So, Jax, I'm just saying.
They got figured out.
Yeah.
Like-
How that would get them.
Good one, Laura.
That was good. I'm scared.
Thanks, Jax.
So, like, what is it called? Like, what is it called, Paleo?
A drider.
So, like, when they take a
Yeah.
bath, are they a wetter?
Oh,
Tell
good
them
one.
your fun that you accidentally made yesterday or today.
It was today.
Tell me.
Yeah,
Make me laugh.
I went downstairs after work, and Laura's in the kitchen, and she's like, "Hey, cool, I have this," and it was like some mixed nuts.
That his grandfather like sent us a like thing that had a bunch of snacks and stuff in it for
Yeah,
Christmas.
I wasn't even on autopilot. I'm like, "Yeah, sure, go nuts," and I was like, "Ah."
And
Community.
I told him to find somewhere else to sleep.
Oh, no, switch confused.
Yeah, so going back to this movie, it seems like there's a lot of preemptive hype regarding it. And like I said, I haven't seen the trailer, so I can't really judge it any way outside of the screen grabs that I've seen from it, or the just the like image or images of the characters from the poster. But yeah, I do continue, and I was ranting to Sarah about this, how like there's still that large portion of people out there who like as soon as Utopia is trending, you can count on the geniuses in the world to come out and be like, oh, well, finally a good anthro movie without that propaganda Zootopia where all they do is talk about how great cops are, blah blah blah. I'm like, you didn't fucking watch the movie. All right. So yeah.
Oh, dude.
Dummies.
Yeah.
Every time,
Yeah.
if I see any of you listening, if I see any of you making that kind of post, I'm going to judge you harshly, and
Sure. All right.
I'm
Yeah.
Another I forgot another trailer that came out between podcasts was the new Spider-Verse trailer for
I haven't even
Spider-Verse
seen
2.
that.
No,
Yeah.
haven't even seen that.
Race, did you hear? No, I'm not gonna say any spoilers at all. I'm not gonna say any spoilers at all. But I will say this. So it's like what's funny
That's
to
such
me.
a classic lead-in.
No. What's funny to me is this. Okay, so I was making this joke to Paleo. Like, so I saw Spider-Verse 1 exactly 3 less times than Ray saw Zootopia in theaters. So now I have 2 chances to beat him at seeing this movie in like theaters if it's good. So like I'm hoping they're both good because it's just like part 1, part 2. So I'm like, yes, Race, our battle now must go on.
Man, imagine doing that twice.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh, you had a good run, Jax.
I had a good run.
Yeah.
Oh, can I go on a rant?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so
Go
because since you brought up Spider-Verse, and somebody we know in like the cartoon community called Nintendo made a post saying well, my favorite news genre is we watch Spider-Verse because it seems like a lot of movies like recently coming out or like in development have sort of like took inspiration from Spider-Verse as far as like making a lot more like stylized looking films
That
with like
aesthetic.
outlines and stuff. And there were like people actually in the animation industry like dunking on Nintendo's posts, and a lot of people were also defending Nintendo like in the cartoon community because it seems like wait, no, you know that like new stuff can inspire other new things, like because people are saying like, oh, this style has like existed before, but people forget that like Spider-Verse was like actually revolutionary with when it came out.
Yeah.
So and there was another similar post about like Breath of the Wild with and how that kind of like revolutionized open world games and like a lot of companies are taking inspiration from that as well. And the person who actually posted that is also somebody who works in like or is like going to working on his like own game stuff. He's like a pixel artist. And he took the post down because he was like getting dunked on from like industry professionals, and he says like, well, I'm so disappointed by the people in the industry right now because like you realize that it's not only the old things that can inspire new things can also inspire new things. Like it's not like a completely like linear path for inspiration where like only like it's the same way in that like people will say, oh, that's not inspired by Star Wars, even though like yeah, like because Star Wars was inspired by other things. You realize that like since Star Wars can inspire other things, even though Star Wars was inspired by things previous to that. So like new things, it's like a constant cycle of like inspiration for like things coming out. So
yeah, I do also wonder if another big part of like Spider-Verse's like stamp on the landscape of animation today is that it maybe has given like CEOs sorry, my words have just escaped me. Like basically like I feel like more companies are pushing the stylization because I feel like Spider-Verse had such a good reaction that now like CEOs are like, oh, okay, well maybe now we don't have to be as like, restrictive on how things can look and all that stuff. Maybe people do like the almost 2D stylization of 3D films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Well, Yep.
I do want to say one final thing about this movie though. I do not think it's going to do well. Like Race, I don't think you have to worry about it doing better than Zootopia because I do not think it will. Because like DreamWorks has this certain like They have this certain thing where, like, oh yeah, all of their bad movies will do really well, but all of their good movies will do poorly.
Yeah. It's like when you do a shit post
who asked
on
for a
Twitter
second
and-
Boss Baby?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
Mm-hmm. True.
It's like all your shit posts getting like 1 million likes on Twitter, and then you post something actually like you've worked 8 hours on, and they're just like,
Nothing.
eh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I was kind of laughing, I guess, at the amount of people that just very quickly were like, well, Nick Wilde will be forgotten. For here comes Wolf Guy. And I'm like, you guys want to wait for like a second trailer at least before you start putting your chips? But yeah, like I said, I haven't seen a trailer yet, so it's still something I can't judge, but hopefully the movie's good. Because I much prefer watching good movies, and I'm sure I'm going to see this one. So, yeah, we'll see what it does. So, are we going to go to weekly and then come back?
Yeah, sure.
right.
I'm surprised that we skipped weekly this long.
Sarah, we're the Semi-Perfect Podcast,
Okay.
all right?
We
We're
do
not
whatever we
perfect.
want.
We're semi-perfect. Why don't we start with the guy who's muted, PanamaMatt. I don't even know if
He might not be here.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm totally not doing work while we're doing this.
Oh, good. In that case, Matt, what have you been up to the last 2 weeks?
Oh gosh, I'm starting trial tomorrow while picking a jury. I've been waiting for this all week. My life has been revolving around this case, and now we're gonna actually get it started.
Nice.
So that's basically been your 2 weeks.
Yeah.
More or less, and also just trying to get everything else put in place that I don't have to worry about it while this case is in trial.
Yeah.
Because there is one of me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm in front of a jury, I can't be fielding phone calls and other things. So it's been just a bunch of work in the good ways. But yes, tomorrow is the day it all kicks off. Have my courtroom, have my judge. It's going to be good.
Good luck.
It's going to be a ride. Let's put it that way.
Well, good luck.
I'll take every bit I can get. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. What about let's talk to Laura. I want to know what's new with Laura.
I got my COVID booster shot and my flu vaccine,
Nice.
but I got them on the same day, and then I regretted that for the next 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a double whammy right there.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I don't think there's too much else going on.
Really?
Steven's been working on his big thing.
Yeah, I kind of ran into a problem where I did a screening actually back 2 hours ago and went really well, but then YouTube's smacked me with 9 copyright claims saying that the video can't be monetized. Yeah, it's the music. It's all royalty free, whatever. So
Not so royalty free indeed.
right. Or it's you know what I mean, like the kind of where you can there's an
Copyright
archive.
it.
Yeah, I went to the website and I found it. I bought a subscription. I'm currently going through it every single hey, I have a subscription to your account and I bought this song on it. Below is the invoice number as proof. Please release the claim. And I'm just concerned because I'm these people have a dinosaur website and I'm and it could take up to 30 days for them to reply. So I'm already kind of wrapping my brain. I'm what can I do? So right now I'm filing all these claims to help. Hopefully they'll be released tomorrow morning. That's what I'm hoping for. And then if not, I'll have to call them and beg them, being just what's the amount? What do you want from me? But we'll see. I don't know. This was not a factor I was expecting, but here I am.
And that's all from the the original audio, right? From the movie.
Yeah, but the original audio used music that they paid for, I guess, and that still gets picked up by that company, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yikes. Well, sorry you have to deal with that. Copyright's never fun. But it sounds like you have a route that you can take with this.
Yeah.
It just might take a year.
Yeah, slow that it may be, it'll get there.
Well, hopefully that
Oh,
all
yeah,
gets
maybe 30
resolved.
days.
But they haven't announced a premiere or anything.
Have you? I don't know if that's a joke.
I have.
Oh. See, that always gets me. That's why if people probably notice by now, I don't typically announce a Bronies React is coming out until like 2 days before. And it's because whenever I have set that's whenever we did the Halloween reacts, I was like, shit, I have to get this out on the 31st. And I always had problems leading up to it. And I always was like, God damn it! Because, I could have gotten it done like 3 weeks in advance. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. What's the fun in that? Well, good luck with all that, Sabre. I hope everything turns out good with it.
Okay, I'm totally done not working. I'm back.
Hello.
You're back from not working to continue not working?
One additional note in regards to, like Sabre said, did a screening earlier today. Last night, a couple of us got to also kind of screen the rough draft of what's been put together. And people are in for a treat on this one. Some of your animators, Sabre, went in directions where I was like, oh my god.
They did a fantastic job.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Some of them went very nice, some of them went very skilled, and some of them went everything.
Yeah. So make sure you all catch that when it gets released. And like I said, Sabre, good luck with all of the not fun parts of it. What about Jax? What's new with Jax?
Nothing much. Just still filming for my program. Going to be releasing to the new year because they're follow along stuff. So those are always fun, but very tiring because you got to talk and work out at the same time. So those are tiring. Doing that. Just try brainstorming video ideas, stuff like that. What else have I been doing? Going to see Spider-Verse, whatever, technically tomorrow. So that's gonna be super fun, super hyped for that. And yeah, just normal stuff, just work, and then I'm just gonna relax when I can.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you nervous about? Wait. For some reason, my brain just blipped because I was thinking that you were going to see
Actually,
Spider.
Spider-Verse.
I was thinking of Spider-Verse, like the cartoon Spider-Verse, and I was like, oh man, Jax is a big deal, right? And now I'm like, oh wait, no, it's the other Spider.
Yeah, the other one, technically. Yeah. Well, I am nerd. No, what's funny is I've had dreams about this movie. I've seen 8 different versions in my brain. I've dreamt about this movie for the last 6 or 7 months now. So I've seen it. So I just hope the movie lives up to what my brains have done because my brains, they've been fucking bangers. 3 of them at least. So there we go.
So should I after you see the movie, should I hide?
No, don't worry. I'm not. I would never be like, oh my freaking god, freaking Goku, shit like that. I wouldn't do that. I won't. I will literally, as a matter of fact, I specifically will not give any reaction that's whatever, anything spoiled.
I mean, it's your social media. You could do with it what you want.
No, my whole mentality is the same thing with Endgame. When I saw Endgame, that was just one of those. I had a good time. I enjoyed it, and that was it. And I didn't say anything for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks later, I was like, "Fuck yeah, this fucking shit! This shit was just." So yeah, I always give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks because that's the thing.
Safe cushion, yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
cool.
Get the
Okay.
stays in your bile.
Mm-hmm.
I wish more people abided by such a good regiment.
Well, you remember when Endgame came out? Since it was such a colossal deal, they were like, "Yeah, no spoilers, don't spoil this movie." And then people who did spoil, everyone immediately just turned on, "You fucking idiot, you don't fucking do it." And so they backfired, "Oh god!" And then some people, there was this one person who went around spoiling, and their account got taken down within I think an hour or something like that. Because so many people just blasted them. So yeah.
Good.
Yeah, really.
I wish that should become normalcy. Everyone has their opinions on canceling, but I think when it comes to spoilers, canceled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all together on this. Well, cool,
Right.
Jax. Have fun with the movie. Have fun finding time to relax.
Yes.
And now, as I lead into the birthday boy, we have a super chat from Christina saying, "Happy birthday, Paleo. Also, here's my weekly bad joke for y'all. Why do ducks have feathers?
Why?
To hide their butt quacks."
Wow.
It's a feather brain.
Feathers are expensive. That's why they put them on their bill.
Ooh. So, Paleo, it's your birthday.
No
Happy
shoddy.
birthday, Andrea Libman. So, Paleo, what have you been up to?
Not too much. My mom actually bought me for my birthday. Over the weekend, it came in. Was a new desk. So I have a new desk in my room, and I rearranged everything. And also, on Sunday, something I bought for myself back in on Black Friday. It came in on Sunday. Is a new desktop PC, and I have a post here in the chat of how I rearranged everything because it's a new corner desk, so I have a lot more room now.
Nice. Fancy.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm using the new computer now, and it's also very quiet.
Oh,
since
sweet.
it's a water cooled PC.
It's got water in it?
Yeah, it's got a water loop thing.
Oh, that's cool.
But water and electricity is bad.
Yeah. Don't fall asleep with it. Run.
Yeah, you waste water.
Yeah.
See, we're not allowed to have those in California because of the drought.
Well, water cooled?
Yeah, not allowed. Not allowed. I'm kidding. But
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure I watched some tech channels that have water cooled PCs in California.
So I do want to share this.
Berry.
So,
Just gotta fill them with wine.
wine. Earlier today, I was kind of watching through some old con blogs and Equestria LA 2017.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and this was an image. I don't even remember if it's one of the thumbnails in the videos, but I had this image saved.
Yeah.
And sometimes I used to use a camera that would automatically take pictures whenever people's faces were in frame. And so somehow I ended up with this photo.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this reminded me of all things. It reminded me of that girl that's looking at the camera with that slight smile and the house burning in the background. So I posted this since it is Paleo's birthday, and I was like, hey, I had faith that somebody was going to do the right thing, and I didn't even state anything necessarily. And funny enough, Christina actually sent in one. Yeah. So let's take a look at Christina's here. Yeah. We got the.
That's good.
That's good. That's a good one.
But then we also, Flynn was very busy.
Yeah.
And the first image here that Flynn did was the exact one that came to mind. So maybe I'm not super creative in thinking, oh, but here's some of the pictures.
Oh, nice. That one looks legit like he's there. It's really good.
It does, actually.
Wait, where's this image at?
So
it's on Twitter.
If you go on my profile on Twitter, and scroll down a little bit,
That's pretty good.
I think the one that got me on a creative level had to be I don't even know what the meme's called, but it's the guy looking at the other girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would crack me up. I thought that was a good one.
So bad, but so good.
You think your ass is better than mine? That's good.
So yes, so thank you.
Yeah, that's high quality stuff.
Yeah, no, I as is typical, our people were successful. Oh yeah, and then there were the Christmas birthday ones.
Well, I'm gonna make one real fast while y'all are still going.
Oh, good. Yes, good.
Do it.
Very good. Very good. So, again, shout out to everybody that put some of those together.
Yeah.
And then there were even a couple that weren't even tagged. We gotta, Paleo's face has to become the meme face.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Please.
I do like pinata.
Yeah.
Now, while Saber gets to work, Sarah,
Yeah.
what have you been up to the last few weeks?
Doing stuffs. I was recently contacted by someone I used to work with at a toy company, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to do some freelance work?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then they were like, "Well, we also have like a full-time position maybe opening up. Are you interested in that?" And I'm like,
Ooh.
yeah. So I submitted my like resume and examples of my work, and I had a chat with her on the phone, and she was kind of like, it's the stuff that you would be doing wouldn't be too difficult, because like I told her very truthfully, I was like, the last time I worked at the toy design company was the last time I did toy design stuff. But she's like, yeah, I mean.
When you worked at the makeshift plushies. What for me?
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't do a lot. Like, I just told them, here's a color, do it.
I mean, Sarah, you downplay that. I've been dealing with a CV for an expert that spends 15 pages saying, I went to this training for 2 days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so potential stuff there. I actually was contacted today again for freelance by the same company. So it looks like I might be doing some freelance for a while, but maybe potentially going back full time doing toy design. So we'll see.
Yay!
That'd be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is really sick.
Yeah, and like what I found cool about this whole scenario is that like you hadn't like I forget when.
It's been like 5 years. I think,
it's been a while.
Yeah.
it's been a while, and it's like to know that because they started shifting around some management and whatnot, and the fact that your name popped up like that, I was like, oh, that's a good sign, Sarah.
Yeah.
Good sign. Good job. Yeah.
They remember you, they like you. All around a good thing.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So Sarah and I. So this is gonna sound a little bit familiar, but last weekend Sarah and I decided to go camping.
Yeah.
And we went to Yosemite.
Yeah.
Sam.
It was an experience.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we on our anniversary.
Yeah.
We
went tent camping near like in a park near Yosemite.
Yeah, near Yosemite. Now, when we did that, we were initially looking at, I think, camping at a ghost town.
Yeah.
That weekend, and then it was like, well, wait,
Yosemite.
we have a couple days. Let's do Yosemite.
Yeah.
We'll do the ghost town another time, and then I think we started looking at the ghost town again for the last weekend.
Yeah.
And we were planning on it until
it was like going to be 28 degrees, and I'm like, well, we cannot do that. I'm not tent camping in 28
degrees. So
and all
we
of
said,
their cabins that they had were booked.
Yeah, so we said, well, we'll do the high 30s of Yosemite instead. Now, Sarah found an Airbnb, which, funny enough, was cheaper than just tent camping.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, let's do this. It was like a camper rental.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they had an RV that they done up all pretty and stuff, and basically they rented out on Airbnb.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, RVs, it has electricity, so it has heat.
Yeah, Sarah's going on about this heater, right? And I'm looking at the specs of this camper the day before we go, and I'm like, I see where it says cooling. Not a heater. Well, long story short, this thing did not have a heater.
Yeah.
And I was already game to tent camp this weekend, so I was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
So huddling together for body warmth was the order of the evening.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we arrive at the Airbnb at like 9 or 10 o'clock, and we realized then that it does not have a heater. And
it was earlier than that. I think it was about 8:30.
It was 8:30, sure. But it was
You're
nighttime when it's cold and it was like 37 degrees.
Yeah. So I was like, well, here's how we're gonna beat this.
Yeah.
Okay. First off, if it has a heater, we win. But
Mhm.
and it didn't. But I was like, well, we could spend a few hours just sitting around the campfire.
Mhm.
You know, like
Mhm.
we'll do that. I wanted to make s'mores when we went to Yosemite last time,
Yeah.
and we were both wiped out from the day and didn't end up doing it.
Yeah.
So then it was
Mhm.
like, hey, we're gonna do it this time. We're gonna have s'mores, and the fire pit was
Soaking wet.
soaking wet,
No.
and all the
Oh.
wood that they actually supplied wood
Oh,
and
nice.
and cardboard and stuff.
Yeah.
But the only thing I could get to burn
Yeah.
was
the cardboard.
well, a little bit of the cardboard, but I was gonna say our
Our paper towels. that we
paper
brought.
towels. So I kept relighting paper towels and holding up my marshmallows to them,
Oh.
Oh my god.
and I was able to get lukewarm marshmallow.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the hell out of my 2 s'mores that I made.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it
burning.
was it was
chilly. But yeah, we had brought our thermals and our warm pajamas, and I brought our wool blanket. Plus, the RV had bedding already, so
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
once we got in bed, we were pretty warm.
yeah. It was
It was cold. Though.
what yeah, once we like I don't know when, but at some point the harder part was getting out of bed. Oh my god.
I'll show everybody what we're oh my godding is
That's great.
Saberspark's contribution.
So
Oh,
good.
God, that's great.
What is this from?
Uh,
The Evangeline. The Angelius Evangeline. Evangeline. Which person that made that Godzilla movie? Because it's made by a guy who made Evangeline.
Very, very good work.
That's great. That's good work.
I'm happy to exploit Paleo on his birthday.
I mean, thank you, Saber, and thank you, Paleo, for being such a good sport about this.
There was a good sport.
He doesn't have a choice. But yeah, no. So we did the camping trip. There was snow up in Yosemite, which was part of the reason we went.
Yeah.
We were like, hey, cool. There's gonna be snow.
light sprinklings of snow.
We-
And
there
when
was
we pulled up to the gate, the ranger was like, "Are you going to be here tomorrow?" And we're like, "No, we're leaving today." And they're like, "Good," because
Yeah.
if you were gonna stay, you would be snowed in.
Yeah, it was because there was supposed to be a
storm.
snowstorm actually starting that day, and it held off till about the time we left.
Yeah.
And so we did hit some snow.
Yeah.
On our way down, but it was nothing substantial.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the storm arrived like overnight and just blanketed Yosemite. It is just.
I mean, when the Rangers are saying, "Are you leaving?" Good, you know you're about to miss some fun.
Yeah.
I did bring sleds
Yeah.
You'd have needed them
just to get
out.
I also bought chains. I've never driven. Has anyone here driven with chains?
On
Nope.
the tires.
No.
Nope.
Oh, really?
I mean, I've been in a car where chains were needed. Yes.
Were needed, but were they being used?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a clunky drive?
Oh, it's a very clunky drive.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I
And you're
figured.
going about 30 miles an hour because reasons.
My mom asked, she's like, "Did you take your chains off?" Not knowing I didn't put them on, so I just said no.
Did she ever respond?
No. I think she just gives up on me
Yeah.
being her son every now and then.
They were never on.
But yeah, it was fun. It was worth it.
Yeah.
We were glad we went.
Yeah, we got an America the Beautiful pass, so that's already paid for itself now.
Yes, that's the whole reason we went again.
Yeah.
Does that count for other places?
Yeah. Any national park
After next year.
in the world.
Is Grand Canyon a national park?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good to know. I'm not asking for any reason. I'm just wondering.
Have you been to the Grand Canyon?
I've been.
Yeah. I've been like at least twice.
Gorgeous area.
Party. So I still haven't seen it. So I'll just have to comment on another part. But so Sarah had it down to be discussed. The Sonic 2 trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The what?
Sonic 2.
Now, if there's an anthro movie that's getting people hot and bothered,
Yeah, another movie made for furries.
I mean,
Knuckles, though.
yeah.
Okay, question: is Knuckles a guy or a girl?
Guy.
What?
He's voiced by Idris Elba.
Oh, I haven't seen seen the trailer.
Okay. Well, I thought I told you that Idris Elba was.
You
voicing
probably
Knuckles.
did, but I forgot.
Okay. And Idris Elba just lied when he told
Yeah.
everybody that he wasn't gonna play Knuckles sexy.
Yeah.
Wait. He's Knuckles?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Did I ask about Knuckles or did I ask about Tails? Is Tails a guy or a girl?
Tails is a guy.
Tails
is a guy.
played by
A girl.
a female.
Played by a girl.
Oh my god.
She's played by... The only reason I know Tails VA is because she voiced Sora in Digimon. I had a big crush on Sora as a kid. And she's also
From
like a
Kingdom
ton of...
Hearts?
No.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, I had experience. Yeah, from Digimon. Yes, but like she was also. Who else was she? She was Wasp in Adventures of Mightiest Heroes and freaking like Ino and Naruto. She's done so much stuff, so she's great. Like I'm glad they got a VA to voice it. And I think she's been voicing Tails for a while, right, Paleo?
Yeah, she's been voicing Tails since 2010.
Oh yeah, see, so that's good. I'm glad they got her.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where my confusion with Tails started.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch the shows, so I guess it obviously started, with the game on the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
But like, I think the reason I always associated Tails as a female is that my sister that's the player that my sister would play.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we would be playing Sonic 2 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, which is incredible that they made Sonic 2 like way before the movie came out.
Yeah.
Like they must have had the script for a long time.
True.
Well, Knuckles isn't in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the game.
Yeah.
Where did
They're jumping ahead.
Comic books for that.
are they combining 2 and
Knuckles
3?
doesn't appear until Sonic 3.
Yeah. Doesn't.
I
And
just
like you're
remember-
getting Sonic art from the same websites you got your Zootopia art from.
You mean christianchurch.com?
Sure. That one.
The best place to get your Zootopia porn.
And-
All right, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow, you just really let that hang in the air.
Yeah, we're gonna keep letting it hang until we move on to another topic.
Yeah.
what's hung?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Leave it long enough, it'll be well hung.
So yeah, looking forward to Sonic 2. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
I
Sorry.
What?
The actor for Stone in the first film has been like retweeting a whole bunch of like Stone and Robotnik like shipping art, and I love it.
Hilarious.
That's good.
So I think this movie is gonna be like better than the first one as far as appealing to fans and everything. Because like the first one, when we saw the first trailer with the first Sonic design,
Could you imagine Tails with that first Sonic?
Yeah.
design? Or Knuckle, like, yeah.
like
God.
so there's definitely things that like they re-edited and reshot for the first Sonic movie, and like I think I'm also like with Saber because like I edited Saber's review last year, and that like it's like an okay movie, the first one.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
But there were a lot of people at the time who was like, "Oh, this is like the best video game movie ever." It was like,
Well, it's because honestly, because I can see that point of view from because I was talking to actually PanamaMatt when I was on his show about this on Monday.
yeah.
Like how the thing is like the fact that Sega actually listened and was like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
we
It's
fucked
great
up.
that they listen.
Yeah, so that gives you a lot of leeway because it's like if I was gonna be super critical, the fact that you've made this look somewhat decent, it's just like okay, yeah, like I'll watch this. It's like hey, it wasn't that bad. So like for me, it was that, but for for other people, it's like oh my god, this is the greatest fucking video game movie I've ever seen in my life. It is
Yeah, because like with that first trailer, they were doing a lot of the like tropes of like oh yeah, animated character comes to the real world.
Talks to
trope.
James Marsden.
Yeah. That's like
Flosses.
That's like a whole trope is like, oh yeah, we've seen that like so many times. But for this movie with Sonic 2, bringing in like Knuckles and Tails and having like a lot of the shots in that trailer had references to a bunch of different things and like spanning all of the games.
Yeah, like
So,
the robot.
Oh yeah, this second movie they definitely listened, and now they have like people who actually know their Sonic stuff
Yeah.
working on the movie. So I think this one's going to be like a lot better.
Yeah.
I wonder how Sarah's gonna do watching me play through Sonic
Yeah.
on the Sega Genesis on Ready Player Dumb.
I guess we'll figure out.
Yeah.
I feel like I was decent, but I might be remembering things wrong. But yeah, no, the other thing I'll add to the first movie that I really enjoyed was Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think especially when the fact that he's going like full Robotnik in this movie is going to be very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then fucking like Shadow shows up at the end, voiced by Will Smith, because they're making up for the Suicide Squad. So it's like, oh,
I think if they do any kind of stinger, I'm trying to think of like what character they could do, because they could do Shadow.
Yeah.
But I think another major character they can probably introduce at the end would be Amy.
Yeah, they could do Amy. Who would she be voiced by? Freaking Margot Robbie's fine ass or something like that.
I love you.
Hey, I'm Silver Knuckle. Like, right?
Well, I'll be curious to see when is that movie supposed to come out? Do we know?
I forget.
There's a release date. April next year.
Okay.
April of next year.
April O'Neil.
Well, cool.
April O'Neil.
Well, Sarah, was there more on the itinerary?
I guess since you mentioned Ready Player Dumb,
I did mention Ready Player Dumb.
I'll go ahead and say that because I posted like a little teaser for it today. We're gonna be playing Game of the Year.
Yeah.
It Takes Two. Pretty soon, starting on our channel. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's a co-op game, and it's all about like married stuff. So, as a married couple, I'm excited to play this game with you.
I mean, I married you, and I can also divorce you. Let me know.
We'll figure out after this video game.
Matt, you need to just start getting in the business of handing out your card, and on one side it's hey, I can marry you, and on the other side it's, and give me a call when you're done.
I will not touch family law with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
You just said.
No. Yeah, you I can deal with. Like, no, family, no.
Wouldn't we both need a lawyer, or are you going to represent both of us?
No.
just gotta plan ahead. You know, you gotta get divorced at least once. That's what they say.
No.
Who says that?
Well, it's like the. Has anyone ever heard like the whole? And maybe some people here subscribe to it, but like the I had some friends that would argue that you have to fight in a relationship, otherwise it's not healthy. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's one way to make yourself feel good about fighting.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? No, like disagree, sure, but what do you mean fight? All right. You have to see if if the relationship will survive a fight. And I'm like, oh, you can just not fight.
Right. It's so silly.
We got a couple of super chats in just now. We got one from Anime Guy 01 saying they bring in Blaze the Cat at the end for the Sonic 2.
Oh, for a second I was like, was that a massive spoiler just now? Not that I even remember who blazed the cat.
How about Rouge?
Who the fuck is Blaze?
Rogue?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rouge.
Rouge the Bat.
Okay.
How dare you?
Okay.
If you don't bring in Rouge the Bat, then this is not.
All right. Since we're on the topic, who is the hottest
Sonic character?
Sonic character?
Sally Acorn. Sally Acorn.
I said Roosh the Bat.
I say
Yeah.
Sally Acorn. I don't care. OG Sally Acorn with Cat Salzy voice. I don't. Cat Salzy has something where when she voices an anthro character, it's done. Like I don't know what it is. Like she was
with
Lola
Jax.
Bunny too. Mm.
Yeah. I think my vote's gonna go towards Rouge.
What? Because she's got those big boobicles showing.
Sure.
I can have room to talk.
Boobicles? Boobicles?
Boobicles.
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 Baba Booey.
I put my boobicles in the freezer so they don't melt.
And then the other super chat was
big old bat tits.
from
Matt.
Nathaniel Foga says, I recall the director Jeff Fowler wanted to make the first film a simple origin story before trying to add the more insane elements to the franchise it is known for, saving it for the sequel. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, and that might be the right way to go.
Yeah.
Is to, like, I
It's
understand.
like the first season for all animated cartoons nowadays. It's like the first season's like the playing it safe, and then you go all out.
Yeah, they play it safe, and then like they just go, "Oh, it's a happy-go-lucky drama. Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to traumatize you and talk about mental health and all that shit."
Yeah.
Oh, this doesn't stop looking. Let's have
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, it stars a teenage girl who gets lost in a fantasy world with a bunch of talking animals, and season 1's fun, and season 2 someone's dying.
Yeah, every time.
Good show.
I feel like I don't even know where
We were. Yeah.
I was gonna
Here
say
we are. So where are we going?
I was just gonna say that that's one of the conversation pieces about like movies like Sonic, why they're coming out now is all the kids that were playing Sonic are adults now and have expendable money.
Money.
And see,
And
they
kids that they could introduce to the franchise.
yes, they'll pull out their Sega Genesis and blow it off.
Ooh, these people are virgins. They're not having children.
So we need to just keep marketing towards them.
They still are children.
We are the something generation. I just don't know what.
The baby generation.
The virgin generation.
Yeah.
You all joked about it for so long, and now look at what's happened to society. We are all cringe. Good.
Your chair is whistling, I think, when you move, honey. Yeah, there it is. I was like,
This
I'm
is
hearing
your
whistling
chair.
happen. Okay.
I broke this chair. Okay, well,
Shall we get into
let's go
questions?
ahead and get into Q&A here. Maybe, I always say this and it never happens, but we might end a little bit early tonight, depending on
We'll see.
your questions. Send in those super chats with a question,
Yeah.
or submit your question to Twitter,
Yeah.
and it might get answered. Super
Yeah,
chat.
so right.
Super chats have priority.
Yes, they.
Super chats have priority. Make sure you support the show. Be sure to hit that bell icon and subscribe. And tell us who's your favorite character in the podcast
Hey.
down below.
Paleo, has anyone spanked you 33 times yet today?
What?
Excuse me?
Oh, you spanked it 33
For
times.
birthdays?
Nice record, bro.
Did you guys not have the adults that were like, I say
God,
adults,
spank you this many
But
times.
I
'cause
feel
you're
like-
turning this age.
you know,
I think my grandparents would joke, like my
Show us on the
grandpa
ball
would
where
joke
they
about
spank
that,
you.
but he never actually did it.
My family, they just yeet you in the air. Like, they just like yeet in the air. Sometimes it's just like up and
Did
down.
they catch you on the way down, or was that?
Yeah.
You should-
Or no, they don't. That explains a lot of things.
it's
about
funny because like there are obviously cases of like innocence and haha it's funny, but I'm like now I'm trying to remember like what adults were the ones that were like haha.
Yeah, it was my grandpa. Like
Like if
Joking
it's a
about
grandparent, a parent, but it's like for some reason I'm like, was it a teacher?
what?
Oh, there was a
That would be not
teacher.
great.
Bend over,
No.
get your spankings.
No.
I think you joke about that, but that actually happened in my
I
elementary
think
school.
it. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it was a thing
Oh my god.
for some.
But it's one of those, it's one of those things that's just like, was that traumatic or was that me just, I don't know. Whatever. I'm trying to remember now because I
Well,
vividly
apparently,
remember
according
this.
to Crazy Carrey, birthday spankings is apparently a common thing in Florida.
Wow.
Okay, see? No, I'm yeah.
Koozie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm like, maybe we should keep an eye on that.
I mean, it came from Florida, so it's good.
Yeah. Thing to look out for, I guess.
Sarah, don't you notice on your birthday?
Oh, God.
When I spank myself.
Self-flagellation. It worked in the Middle Ages. And
Did you say self-flagellation?
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that
How do you
farting?
think he got rid of the plague?
Wait.
Flatulence is farting.
Flatulence.
Flatulence.
Not self-flatuation.
I thought you said okay. I'm like, wait, isn't all farting self-flatuate? Like, when
No, flagellation.
Flagellation.
Whipping
different words.
yourself.
No, I know they are now. I'm just that's what went through my head. Is I was like,
Man, I'm gonna
No,
order
went through
some.
your flesh if you're flatulating.
Speaking of flatulating, I'm gonna order some Taco Bell while we talk about this. So yeah. let's go.
ooh, that sounds.
That is the best self-flatulation.
Sarah, how is the Q&A lineup?
Yeah. All right, we got a question from Kevin.
Mm.
If given the chance, would you choose to spend Hearthwarming Day with either the main 6 in Equestria or Christmas Day with the Human 7 in Canterlot City?
Who are the human 7?
The Equestria
Equestria
girls,
girls.
ladies.
They're human,
Sure.
but they're like furries. Okay.
Another piece of media for furries.
Oh no, I'm all fully.
So, would you
Oh no!
would you spend Hearthwarming with the main 6 as ponies, or would you spend the holidays with the Equestria girls? Essentially,
The Equestria girls.
I would
Say-
probably pick Equestria girls just to hang out with Sunset Shimmer.
Yeah, right?
What if she's mean to you?
No,
Like, what if she's just
fine.
like
not
a
like
yeah,
that
like,
anymore.
But
do you ever have those thoughts of like, well, I'd really love to meet this character, but then it's just like, oh man, dick. So like,
I've considered, like, because people ask me all the time, like, hey, would you go to Zootopia if you could? And I'd be like, all excited, right? And I'd get there, and then I'd see Judy Hopps like walking down the street, and I'd be like, oh my god, Judy, hi! And she'd just be like,
who are
Not
you?
right now. I'm on duty.
Who are
yeah.
you?
Uh,
Hi. Oh, you are a naked ape, aren't you? So, what are you doing?
But then,
Anyways, in the Zootopia universe, what would you be?
what would I be?
Yes.
What did we decide I would be?
I felt like Coyote.
I think we said Coyote.
I think we said Coyote.
Really? Not a platypus.
Yeah. I mean, I was a platypus for you. I still am a platypus, just in a different universe. Listen to this persona.
How'd you come up with Coyote off that?
How did we come up?
I
Someone
don't know. Like someone asked us, and
CNN was
I
doing
think
an
it-
interview, and they I think they wanted to know what they're like. We're gonna draw you up.
Mhm.
What are you in the Zootopia universe? And I'm like,
Ah,
Wait, CNN?
Z.
Z.
Oh, I was about to say, like, what's in? What the
Would it surprise you at this point though? Like, I mean,
No, it wouldn't. It really wouldn't.
I
Like,
did
this
tell-
one-
I did tell Steve Harvey briefly about Zootopia.
But when you were there, you like brought that up like briefly. Did he actually entertain it, or was it just like, oh, you crazy
No,
boy?
I was making the point of like, I'm like, why I watch cartoons, like I watch a lot of cartoons, and he goes like what kind of cartoons? And that's when I'm pretty sure had like, if you could go back and see the footage of what was cut, you would see me start to smile and probably just be like, oh god, like everyone's gonna hate this moment when I bring up Zootopia. But I did. I said like Zootopia, and that was when he then went on his tangent of you watch any movies with black people? And I was like, yes, I do.
No.
in fact, I watched Space Jam last night.
Come on and slam.
There was a second part to that question from Kevin.
I didn't answer.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say you freaks hanging out with humans are weird.
Uh-huh.
I'm hanging out with the main 6 in Equestria.
Okay. So the second part was what?
Oh wait,
villain-
but they don't
Oh my
eat
fucking
meat,
God.
so it'd be like a
Right.
lame dinner.
Oh wait, but the humans eat meat.
Right.
Yeah, the humans
Nah,
eat meat.
fuck the ponies.
Except for Sunset.
Eat the meat.
I think Sunset's the only one that doesn't eat any.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, she
So, I mean-
she eats meat. Trust me.
Yeah, she will
Yeah.
be.
And also Fluttershy is probably vegan.
Except
Do you think
for
so?
some.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. I know.
He fucking murders fish and feeds them to like other animals. So like, but then like in that universe, they've established that fish have like feelings. Oh, whatever, through that stuff. So okay, I think Fluttershy eats meat.
Okay.
She will be.
What kind of meat?
Yeah.
Kevin has a second question there in his Twitter post. What villain, reformed or not, would you give a gift to? I would go with the Dazzlings.
Sonata.
Chigo.
Luna?
Chigo.
I probably would give a gift to Discord.
Wait, is it pony villains only?
I think it's pony villains.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Let me think. Sonata, was she really a villain though? When you break it down, she's just like a
Starlight
goofy girl
Glimmer.
going along
Wait,
with
yes,
Glimmer.
Starlight's reformed. So
Starlight is reformed.
No,
And
I
she
said
just be
Sunset
talking
Shimmer,
shit, dude.
so I could say that.
You could. What kind of gift you gonna give her?
Motorboat.
Motorboat.
Speaking of that, we had a super chat.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Christina asking, speaking of adults and spankings and flagellation or whatever, have you thought about doing a semi-perfect podcast for the 18 plus?
Oh my gosh.
Literally, we already are.
We already are.
Nuts,
Yeah, most of the chat has already addressed this, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about things that are pushing the limits.
what more do you want from us?
Yeah.
Where do you want us to go?
There was a I'll never forget. So we've done a very select few, but it's come up where people have requested this in the past, where they're like, "Why don't you do 18 plus whose lines?" And we have done them in the past.
Yeah.
I always feel like a big part of the charm of whose line is treading the line, skirting, just having a joke go right over the heads of someone who shouldn't get that joke.
Yeah.
So that because I feel like 18 plus ones are like on the nose, like the whole point of them is to go too far.
Yeah.
And I like I said, I feel like, in my opinion, that takes out some of the charm of it.
Yeah, it's true.
But we have done them.
Yeah.
And I think they're on my channel. So
Christina argues, "No, you ain't. No, you ain't." And then Santa Celine says, "Just push it even further." I don't know.
So I have to ask, of the non-18 plus ones that you've done, you say you try and shoot it over the heads of those that shouldn't get it. Have you ever aimed over the head and just hit someone directly in the face with a joke?
As in,
like this should go over their head, but it just got delivered in such a way they're like, "Oh, that's getting a comment."
No, we've only once been addressed by a convention. And when I say convention, it was technically the audio staff of the panel room, and I'll just refrain from which convention this was. Because the convention heads were not proud of their audio people for the way they handled this. But basically, they misheard two jokes. And
cut off your mics.
No, but they did cause issues throughout. Now I'm gonna start giving hints to which one this was, but
no. What was the joke? Like, what did they hear?
So, like for example, one of the jokes was, what does, and I'm trying to remember the name. It's the pony. It was one of the young six Sandbar, yeah, and the joke was like, or I think the scene from a hat was like, how does Sandbar celebrate like his like holiday season or whatever, or no, how does he celebrate Christmas? And Saber walked up and joked and said, I'm Jewish. And everyone laughed
Yeah.
because that's the joke.
Yeah.
And they, at the end, they basically accused us of making anti-Semitic jokes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I went back when they first said this to us, because at the time we also had somebody who hadn't done a lot of Who's Lines with us that was up there as well. So I was like, I must have missed something. And so I apologized, and I said, I'm going to go through and review. I will make sure everything's good to go. And when I went through and reviewed it, and I literally had to watch it twice to even find where they, there's literally one place where this is even referenced. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what they considered as that. And I'm like, wow. And yeah, so from that point, what I basically, I took the, I basically got ahead of things and said, I need to inform people because, yeah, these guys were like, oh yeah, we're going to be informing people. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I ought to too.
You can play this information game, yes.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is like, because the way that we were being treated at the time was like, oh yeah, no, people are going to find out. And I'm like, I literally post and I record all these. Like, you're acting like this is going to be a secret.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I figured out what the actual joke was, I'm like, wow, way just overblown. And like I said, everything was handled fine. Everything was, I should say, handled admirably by the convention heads and whatnot. Like, because we when we go to these conventions, obviously we're not out to make anyone's job any harder or cause any problems or anything. And it was just like you can imagine my shock when I was told, yeah, you guys made this joke. And I was like, my God, did we? And then to find out we did, I'm like, that's a pretty hefty accusation to throw out and be wrong about. Yeah. So, yeah.
Anime Guy supports you.
Yeah, Anime Guy sends a super chat saying, I'm Jewish and you guys are fine.
Thank you, Anime Guy. Yeah, no, it was weird.
Yeah.
That's a horrible thing to have to deal with too, because it comes out of left field. You're not prepared for what's coming. You have to address what they think was the issue, and it's like,
well, again, yeah, my initial response was to be heavily sorry about it, and
whatever it was.
Yeah, but I also had an eyebrow lifted even when they were saying it, because I'm like, I don't know how that would have slipped by me. And then I was asking the others that were on the podcast, on the show. I'm like, do you guys ever remember anything? And I think I asked our host too. I'm like, did you notice anything? And he was like, no. I'm like, I'm confused. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, this was something that was the only time that we've ever had anything come up during one of the shows, and the fact that it ended up being, very off base, it was like, okay. So
I mean, at the risk of being horrible, I think A Christmas Story is more racist than that.
Yeah,
it's true.
Something about like a Chinese restaurant at the end.
Yeah, and they're talking like English, and it's like, God dang, guys.
And I'm pretty sure you can still find channels that show 24 hours of A Christmas Story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leg lamp for the win.
Mm-hmm. We have a leg lamp.
I do.
Where is our leg lamp?
It's in the closet.
When's
it should come out of the closet.
Yeah, it should probably be sitting somewhere.
Quick side note.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My aunt, that cooked for me today. She hates A Christmas Story. She absolutely loathes that movie.
Yeah.
Why?
She just thinks it's like so mean spirited. So yeah.
Towards the kid?
I'm curious.
Huh?
If you know, what about it exactly is so mean spirited?
I don't know.
Like, does she feel bad for Ralphie?
I could also see it just being like it's one of those Christmas movies that is completely overplayed during the Christmas season. So
Like for
Yeah.
24
Right.
hours on Christmas
Yeah.
Day.
Mhm.
Question for y'all. I know we have other questions pending, but what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas Vacation.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Christmas Vacation is really good. My family actually watches that every year.
Gremlins.
As far as a new one though that I think I'll start watching every year is Klaus.
Yeah.
The Klaus.
Not
Yeah.
familiar with it.
It's
Yeah.
the that animated movie that came out on Netflix 2 years ago.
Yeah, it looked 3D,
2019.
but it was
It's-
actually
it's-
2D.
a
Use my
re-
login.
it's a really
Watch it.
yeah, it's a really good looking 2D movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's got to be a Muppet Family Christmas.
That is
Mm.
At
a
the
good one.
same time, I'm going to be a
Uh,
cheeky bat and say Die Hard.
Muppet
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
Carol.
Hard.
Yeah, that Muppet Christmas Carol goes above Christmas Vacation for
I
me.
guess.
Mm.
Oh no, Muppet Family Christmas though.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, they're
What would
both
the other
very
one-
good
like,
films,
I
but
cannot,
damn,
I cannot
I love
this
the
season
Christmas
without
Carol.
watching that. It is so damn like it is so familial. It is wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
He, so I'm kind of between two because like Christmas Vacation, and since Sarah took Christmas Vacation,
Uh-huh.
I was
Well,
like,
you can
okay.
have it back
It is
because
pretty
I said
cool.
Christmas Carol.
But I
for
was that
the
opened
Muppets.
up the door for me to be like, Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Grinch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Uh,
That is surprisingly. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, we watched that last night.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you know, I always forgot. Like when I first watched that movie, like I think I learned this last year when watching it. That scene with the baby. For years, I never knew that was a puppet. Like I don't know why. I knew it wasn't like a baby. I always thought like I guess it wouldn't make sense for them to put like a baby in makeup to act that way. But like I didn't register that it was a puppet like doing all that stuff. I was like, oh wow. Like every time I watch it, just takes me.
Yeah, you were correct, by the way, Jax, because Gabe asked on Twitter, like, hey, what Christmas movie impression should I do?
Oh yeah.
And you were correct in your The Grinch. Jim Carrey's The
Yeah.
Grinch
Yeah.
is the answer
Yeah.
when it comes to Gabe doing any Christmas impressions.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And he's done them well. We have a couple of there's a couple Christmas vlogs on the ACRacebest channel.
Oh, yeah.
That Magic of Christmas when we went to DC, and then I think the year before that was when we did a show in Anaheim.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, in there you'll catch some of Gabe's Grinch impressions, and they're good.
Oh, cool. Good.
The face contortions at a minimum must be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Another
so...
great film we watched yesterday.
Well, yeah, we watched Cat in the Hat. Well, I watched Cat in the Hat for the first
Well,
day.
Mike Myers one?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was-
no.
No, you dirty hoe!
Yeah.
Stupid shit.
His plumber ass is still imprinted on the back of my head. I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For ridiculous chaos. It was not good.
I'll get you. It'll make you look like a bloody accident.
Was that made after Jim Carrey's The Grinch?
Yeah, it was.
So
And
were
it,
they like, hey, this worked so well?
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
And that's specifically why they will not do live action Dr. Seuss films anymore because of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
movie. Because they were like, yeah,
So-
no, do not do any more like that.
Quiet Storm in the chat mentioned Uncle Scrooge Christmas Carol, which is actually called Mickey's A Christmas Carol, even though Mickey isn't the main character. It's Scrooge.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a
But
good
yeah,
one.
I loved it. I watched that one as a kid all the time.
We that was the first thing we watched this.
Mhm.
Fair shout out to Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas too.
Ah, yeah, that one's a good one too.
Mhm.
So homey.
Yeah.
Homie.
You're right, Leo.
What is
I do. I don't care. I do love that, Leo.
So I'm gonna
What?
yeah, let's go to the questions.
Okay.
I was going to-
let's see.
I was about to bring it up.
So AJ on Twitter asks, apparently Friendship is Magic is leaving Netflix. Any thoughts you want
Yep.
to share?
Wait, it is?
A bit
Yeah, it's
sad.
leaving next month.
Oh,
no.
damn. Finally. Well, yeah, because it was weird. They had this whole thing, because I remember initially that's how I used to watch it, just marathon it. And then, like, the
Yeah.
last season I watched, like, week by week. And I remember them saying, oh, we're getting rid of it. and then they got rid of like freaking I think like 8 seasons, and then they only had season 1 on there. And then later on, they brought back those other seasons. So you like had 8 seasons, but for like 2 years straight, they never put season 9 on there. So it was like, where the heck season 9 coming? So, oh damn,
Yeah,
shit. There you go.
yeah. All of it's on Hulu though. So
Okay.
yeah, at least it's still
Well, season
somewhere.
9 is, but
Yeah.
are they putting the rest of them on there too?
What, on Hulu?
Yeah.
Wait, does Hulu only have season 9?
Yes.
Wow,
I
that
blame
is
lawyers
weird.
So
and
I
copyright.
guess since like it's leaving Netflix, I guess the rest of the seasons will go to Hulu.
I hope so.
So that means that freaking. What? So like, what about the movie? Like the movie shows.
I don't know where the movie is playing.
It is
this. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, the Netflix one, like, it's Netflix. They made it, so
Right.
it'll stay there.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Generation
the
5.
2017
Generation 5
movie.
is staying on Netflix.
Okay, good.
For
yeah.
now.
The 2017 movie, is that on
Yeah,
Hulu
well,
as well?
no, like Netflix executive produced this like generation, so it's gonna stay on there.
Right. So is the
Just
2017
like
movie though?
because it's technically a Netflix original.
Yeah. There's the 2017 movie.
2017 movie was not on Netflix.
It wasn't?
No.
It wasn't? Okay. Fascinating.
Yeah, I don't know where the 2017 movie is at the moment. Yeah, I don't think it's on any streaming services at the moment.
Darn.
Oh,
That butter
There
my
goes the
backside.
fandom.
Ugh. Gosh darn it.
And Netflix is getting rid of the G4 stuff. And is like, look, you're gonna watch G5 and like it.
It's like they were. It's like more
we
people are
fought
still watching.
them. It's a perfect mix.
Yeah.
No more, of course.
We have a question for Saber here.
Yeah.
What's up?
Jermaine Universe wants to know: have you watched King of the Hill episode "Reborn to Be Wild"?
Probably.
That's the one where Bobby, I think, gets we gets with a Christian rock and roll group, right?
I don't
I
know.
think so. Let me look.
That's
It
the
might-
one where
it
Hank
sounds like
says-
it.
It's the one where Hank goes, "You're not making Christianity cool. You're making rock and roll lame," or something.
Yeah.
No, actually, I was thinking about this. Where, like, what if Bill's like, "Hank, I got Peggy an NFT. What the hell is an NFT? Oh, I was told on the internet that this monkey is worth $20,000.
Not just the
Bill,
type
you idiot! That thing's worth $2 million.
Yeah, man. Tell you what, man. Dang on NFTs, man. Just like dang on, just like.
Hank was like, "It's a damn picture of a monkey. Why is it worth
Why is it? Oh, come on, shit. It's good.
That's what I got everyone for Christmas. Don't tell Sarah.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be wild is the episode where Bobby like falls into a group of with a youth pastor and a bunch of Christians who were he was like told to go to church, goes to the youth program. They're all skateboarding and doing rock and roll. Bobby's like, "Sweet, I'll hang with these people," and Hank's like, "Wait, no, I don't want you hanging out with these Christians." Like, and he's like, "What? Like, what was it now?" Like he caught Bobby reading his Bible after he was told to go to bed, and Hank's like, "What am I supposed to say? Don't read your Bible?" Like, it's so good.
So to finish off the podcast here, I got a question, and it's possible that someone might not have an answer necessarily for this, but I'm just curious. What was the most impactful Christmas gift that you can recall that you received? That's
if
right.
no one has one ready to go, I'll have a good one to start.
Most impactful.
Most impactful.
When I
Well,
was
Saber gave me this really good cheese, and it impacted my bowels. I'll tell you what.
the courteous gift that
Well, let me see. What was impactful?
when I was 4 or possibly 5, I remember coming upstairs to my parents' room. I don't know why Christmas was up there that morning, but that's where it was. and I heard a noise, kind of a, and I, as a kid, I was a big fan of trains, still am. And looking back on it, I can see how it all came together. But to preface it, I remembered seeing pieces of Lionel track in the garage at my dad's workbench and all that. But I came upstairs and there was this full 3x5 foot Lionel setup, O-gauge train with a complete siding and all that. And that my dad had assembled for me because, hey, I like trains. And it was just magical coming up the stairs to find that. And then
so rad.
Looking back, knowing that he had put in all the time to make all that, wire it, like the switches were automated. You could flip the lever and the switch would flip. And then getting to develop that over the years. I think the biggest regret that I have, so to speak, is before that I grew up with Brio, the wooden train set and all that. And I like being able to take it apart, reassemble it, and play the thing. But like having all that assembled, I really wish I would have kept that in some way. I didn't appreciate at the time all the work he put into that to make it. But at the same time, looking back, that is a wonderful gift of time, love, and devotion.
Nice.
That's cool.
I actually got something similar to that when I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Where my dad put together like a big like train set like that. It's still in the attic, because it's a really big like area that you have to have it out to actually use it.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that was it was pretty cool having that. But my most impactful gift though, because like this is different from like oh yeah, the gift that you liked the most or whatever. Because like as far as like most impactful, I would say it was 1 year. I think it was the year that I like actually got into like whales and dolphins. And my mom had moved to California, and having a birthday in December is kind of weird because like I do not remember if it was for my birthday or for Christmas. But I was given
a birthday 24th or 25th of December.
Yeah. So my mom had bought me a camera. It was like a big Canon camera. And that's when I got into like photographing the whales and dolphins at SeaWorld, because I would go there a lot when my mom lived out there.
Cool.
And also just taking pictures of everything. And I was looking up sites to put my photos up, because I wanted to like share with different people online. And that's when I found DeviantArt. So yeah, and that's how I found a lot of people. Like that's how I met Matt, not you, Matt.
Yeah,
but Matt Taggable Matt is like I met him through DeviantArt. So
nice.
That's probably the most impactful, was like just meeting people because I put up photos that I took with my camera that I got for Christmas. So
awesome.
Jax, how about you?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm trying to think. Like, I had so many great Christmases, like, because my parents were freaking great. They would always get me all the action figures. Like, some years I'd have, like, a bunch of Jurassic Park figures, like, when Lost World came out. Or some years I'd have, like, a ton of Dragon Ball Z figures. Or, like, the PlayStation 2, when that came out. That was a really fun one.
But I have to imagine, when the question was asked, something popped in your mind. What was it?
I'm really thinking. Like, because I'm...
To give Jax credit, I'm still sitting here trying to think of my own answer to my question.
Yeah.
Question, so it didn't trigger anything necessarily.
No, because I think I don't know what it is. I think I'm trying to process what I got, but I've become like, when I started like my business stuff, I've become more like of a giver. So I like to give my friends stuff. So like, oh, what did I do? And I like will pinpoint listen to what they specifically want. Or like they'll say something like when Saber, when he was talking about something Lord of the Rings, was like, yeah, so that sword, right? That looks cool, right? And it was like, yeah, that's a pretty cool sword. And so I was just like, got his ass. And so like something like that, or like Paleo when he's talking about his like Legos and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay, got it. So I'm trying to like pinpoint
something, because I know there most definitely is. It's probably like fluttering in my brain stem, like all the like neurons are like activating. I was just like, what is it? Like there's something in there that like made me go, oh yeah, that was awesome.
Just before you go to bed tonight, as you close your eyes and drift,
It'll literally pop in there.
Your
just
eyes
like,
will pop open. You'll be like, damn it.
yeah, exactly. Ah, dude.
Tweet it when you find it.
I will. I most definitely will. Because yeah, right now I'm just like.
What about you, sir?
So there was one year. I feel like I've told this story once before, but it's been a while. There was one year that my dad scared the shit out of me, like with the toy that I wanted, like the most. So I wanted a remote control T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Oh, nice.
I was like 5 years old, and so my dad hid the toy behind like all the rest of my like gifts from Santa. And
he pulled a Christmas story.
Like he pulled a Christmas story, being like, "Sarah, what's that over there?" And I go and I like, and you know, I start to go like pull it out from underneath like piles of stuff, and he has the remote for the T-Rex, and he presses the button to make it roar. And it scared the living shit out of me, and I was just basically like cry laughing the whole time because I was like happy that I got the toy that I wanted, but I also was fucking scared. So yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's caught on camera too. I have to go through my home.
Yeah,
my family's home movies.
Get those over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
A Ready Player Done featurette.
Yeah, right. I love that, by the way. I love, like, not that it's necessarily uncommon, but I love that 5-year-old you was like, I want a T-Rex. That's gonna scare the shit out of me. Like, I love it. I guess, like, for me, 2 answers, since I'm the one who brought up the question. And again, I'm like Jax, where I've been trying to think, like, oh man, what? Because like there was a year I got a telescope, and I was like, holy shit, I got a telescope. I was like, that's freaking cool.
Right.
And my parents were all about that because they're like, hey, you know, this could be educational. It could be cool. So that was neat. But honestly, I'd probably go back to, and this isn't uncommon, but my first bike that I got,
oh, nice.
You know, training wheels and all, I rode the shit out of those training wheels because I had like the plastic the training wheels that were like plastic and like, you know, they were hollow.
Yeah.
I destroyed those. Like there was nothing left of my training wheels when they finally took them off. Like I thrashed those things.
That's not a surprise.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, like it's funny because I was thinking about like, oh man, like even the other impactful gifts that I've received, but maybe weren't necessarily like Christmas gifts. Like my first laptop, you know, was when I graduated. The PlayStation 2, I think, was a different graduation.
Right.
You know, and those obviously were like big, like. It's funny, and in some ways my mom would cry if she heard me say that, like, yeah, you know, the video games were a big impact, but they are. Like, those were part of our childhoods growing up in a lot of cases. But I was going to add also, like...
and the relevance to your social peers.
Yeah, and I was going to add to what Matt was saying, I was also hugely into trains, and I think it was my grandparents got me the Toys R Us big train, and I had that, and I was like, oh my gosh, and that one spewed out the steam. My dad also made a train railroad with the tracks, and they were all nailed to, you know, this plywood, and I kept that together, and I think, if I recall, I think he basically handed me a marker and said, all right, go to town, or essentially make a town. And I did. I made like my own town on it. And, you know, that was, again, a lot of fun. I don't know where it ended up. It's not around anymore. But, yeah, you know, stuff like that where it's just like, I don't know what it is about trains, but like, especially when you're younger, you're just like, holy shit, trains are cool. And then you get older and you're like, trains are cool, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, anyone else have an answer before we wrap things up?
Did Saber have one?
Yeah, PS2 and some Bionicles one year. That's cool.
Laura?
Well, mine is actually a painting that Stephen had made for me. One of his coworkers when he was still at Starbucks. Did a painting of me and my cat Arwen. That was like, I think you got me that the year that she passed away. So that was super sweet. So I always have it up.
Oh.
Yeah, a little memorial painting, and it's cute, and I love it.
Yeah, my mom's got one of those of our dog Roxy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, they're those kind of sentimentals go a long way.
Yeah.
Go a long way. Well, I thank you all for diving into that question and all the questions and all of our topics we had here on the Semi-Perfect Podcast. Thank you to our audience here joining us live and those that watch and listen on delay. Had a lot of fun here tonight, and another real big happy birthday to Paleo.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Paleo.
You're 1 year older, 1 year riser, rock and roll star, king czar, and a Kaiser, room full of friends, mouth full of cake and presents for you, and it feels pretty great. You're the man of the hour, the VIP. Get the first slice of the PIE, but first blow out the candles and make a wish, put a smile on, because it's your birthday, bitch! God.
Thank you for watching the Semi-Perfect Podcast. Stay tuned because we will let you know when our next show is going to be, whether it's going to be in 2022. I think we're going to be aiming to have one, but it probably won't be on the Wednesday, 2 weeks from now. So it might be on that Tuesday. But we'll keep you guys informed. Just keep an eye on the SPP Twitter, and then you'll be up to date. Again, thank you all for watching, and we're the Semi-Perfect Podcast. You all have a good night.
Damn ponies.
And have a Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Have a good and crazy nights for yourself.
Happy birthday to you.
This is our birthday song. It isn't very long.